Smoke hangs over the scorched remains of Old Town Plaza following the wildfire in Paradise, Calif, on Thursday, November 15, 2018. The shopping center housed a Safeway and other businesses. AP photo, Noah Berger, Sacramento, California. AP, a utility facing severe financial pressure amid speculation its equipment may have sparked a deadly Northern California wildfire, asked U.S. energy regulators last month for permission to raise its customers' monthly. Sacramento's Calif. AP, a utility facing severe financial pressure amid speculation its equipment may have sparked a deadly Northern California wildfire, asked U.S. energy regulators last month for permission to raise its customers' monthly bills to harden its system against wildfires and deliver a sizable increase in profits to shareholders. In an October filing with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, Pacific Gas laid out a variety of dangers confronting its transmission lines running through Northern California, saying its system faced a higher risk of wildfires than any other utility. The implications of PG. Overcoming the negative financial impact of any significant damages that might ultimately be attributed to PG. Aiden quickly ballooned into the deadliest U.S. wildfire in a century. Cause has been determined, but speculation has centered on PG. The company has lost $15 billion in market value, its shares plummeting 60% in a week. The company's filing last month said it needed to boost revenue to keep investors from fleeing, in noting that its credit rating was downgraded and its shares had plummeted since the 2017 fires. Wildfires threaten PG. California Public Utilities Commission President Michael Picker sought to calm financial markets late Thursday with a statement noting, an essential component of providing safe electrical service is the financial wherewithal to carry out safety measures. But he added that he's expanding an investigation of PG. The company said in its rate hike request that the extreme wildfire risk justified a higher profit than an average utility is allowed to earn. It cites a California legal standard holding utilities entirely liable for damage caused by their equipment regardless of whether the company was negligent. A state law approved this year makes it easier for the company to raise rates to pay off lawsuits, but the company says it still faces high risk and got no relief for fires that started this year. The precipitous drop in the stock price shows investors are taking into account not just the fires but also the risk of future wildfires for which the utility could be responsible, analysts said. It's going to be very difficult for PG. That amounts to about $1.50 more per month for the average residential customer, Paolo said. Advocates for utility customers have balked at PG. We don't pay electric bills in order to keep bailing PG. But an analyst at Citi Investment Research estimated damages could exceed $15 billion. And the company's potential liability for last year's fires has been pegged at upward of $10 billion. Some analysts believe PG. But wildfires are getting bigger, deadlier and more destructive as housing pushes into rural areas and drought and high temperatures tied to climate change become the norm. The business doesn't earn enough money to pay for that in any kind of regular way, said Michael Wara, director of the Climate and Energy Policy Program at Stanford University. These have to be extreme, once-in-a-generation events, PG. California utilities also need to invest in the type of upgrades that will allow the state to meet its aggressive renewable energy and carbon reduction goals. Fire investigators have blamed PG. In 8 of those fires, investigators said they found evidence of violations of state law and forwarded the findings to prosecutors. The company is facing dozens of lawsuits from insurers and people who lost their homes in last year. And a lawsuit this week blames PG. California regulators generally allow utilities to pass on the costs of those lawsuits to their customers, but only if the company can show it prudently managed its equipment. The new state law makes it easier for utilities to bill customers if they can show a fire got worse from things outside their control, like severe weather. But lawmakers didn't drop the standard that puts all the liability on the utility, which is unique to 2 states. Very large damage payments of the size faced by California utilities are very unusual in other states, said Hugh Wynn of Sector and Sovereign Research, an investment research firm. Busowitz reported from New York. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.